Hi everyone. So the next topic we are going to see is the laser diode. You are already familiar with this laser diode, which is a heterojunction laser. So you know that there are two kinds of laser which you call it as homojunction and heterojunction, which you already saw in the previous semester, homo and hetero. So I think you all remember this topic. So today we are going to see is the heterojunction laser, which is the 5 layer laser system. So if you see the diagram, there will be 5 layers. So which is made up of gallium arsenic and aluminum gallium arsenic or gallium aluminum arsenic. So this is the two compound used for the manufacturing of heterojunction laser. So here there will be 3 layers of p-type. So there will be 3 layers. The first layer which is a p-type, second layer which is a p-type, and third layer is also the p-type. You see the fourth layer which is made up of n-type, and fifth layer again is a n-type. So if you see, it will get altered, gallium arsenic and then aluminum gallium arsenic, then again gallium arsenic, and then aluminum gallium arsenic, then gallium arsenic. So in this way it has been manufactured. So you already know, I don't want to explain much, I think so. So this is a laser diode in which two side has been finished, mirror finished. So this side you call it as a rough surface, and this will be the mirror finished surface, which you call it as optical resonator. You remember, I think so. What is meant by optical resonator? So optical resonator is a mirror which will make the photon to reflect back and forth. So this side also mirror finished. So this both sides are mirror finished, so that the light will go to and fro motion. So only one side it will be out. So here it has been showed as two side output. So normally one side will be partially reflecting where the light will be coming out. So we will say this as a partially reflecting. I think this diagram is somewhat they had pictured it incorrectly, I think so. So one side is a partially reflecting surface where the light will come out. So this laser will give the IR laser as output. So the difference between laser and normal LED, I think so. So this is the same function which is working as a LED. So radiative recombination again. And the only difference between the laser and normal light is the difference between a spontaneous and stimulated emission. So how much amount the spontaneous and stimulated emission happens, that will define whether the light will be the laser or it will be a normal light. So if you structured system with optical resonator, then stimulated emission will be predominant, so that laser will come out. And if you not finished it with the mirror, you are not having a optical resonator, then spontaneous emission will be the predominant, so that you will get a normal light. So the output defined by the stimulated emission only. So you know what is meant by stimulated emission. Okay, now so this is the 5 layer system. So this P is connected with battery P type and N is connected with the N type. So negative connected with N type. So once the electron has been injected into the N, and the positive side, which is electron is sucked by the positive, so that holes will be created here. So once it has been filled with holes in the P type, so these are the holes. So holes will be given by the second layer, as like this fourth layer will provide electron. So there will be number of electrons which is provided by this battery negative. The recombination happens in the third layer like this. So the band gap, which is 1.55 electron volt. So from the valency band there will be electron will be supplied, and from the conduction band of the P type, holes will be supplied, and the recombination occur in this third layer. So which is the third layer, so that I had showed the arrow mark into this. So third layer is the laser out, which it is called as active region. So third layer is the active region. Second and fourth are the suppliers of hole and electron. So third layer recombination happens and the light will come out. By the radiative recombination, hole will be combined with electron in this place. So there will be a IR output. So normally you cannot see IR. To show how the laser will come out, I use the red light, but normally IR you cannot see. Only visible spectrum you can see, IR you cannot see. IR is not in a visible spectrum. So the output will be in the range of 8000, which is the IR. So you cannot see it. So to show how the laser diode will be, I had used this picture, and it is not a green light. It is only a red light. So it is actually filled with a red light only. So it is filled with red light and not a green light. So don't mistake it as it is a green light. So it is filled with only red. So laser light will be red, and that is too you cannot visible it. Okay. So I think you learned this topic, and this is the lambda equation, which is E equal to h nu. This has been derived from E equal to h nu, hc by lambda. H nu you can take it as h nu by lambda, so that lambda and energy has been replaced. So hc by E, lambda equal to hc by E, which is Eg is replaced for E. So Eg is the band gap used. So when light has been emitted, it has been reflected back and forth by the mirror, so that stimulated emission happen. Due to the stimulated emission, coherent emission, that is the same time emission, will happen, so that intense IR beam will be given out. So this is the way laser will generated. So the difference between HOMO and hetero, HOMO is a 2-layer system, hetero is a 5-layer system. So in HOMO junction, the band gap is small, so that energy output will also be small. But whereas in hetero junction, as there is a 5-layer, it will provide a larger band gap. So as there is a larger band gap, you will get high energetic beam. So that's the process behind HOMO and hetero. So HOMO having a lesser band gap, so that light wavelength will be large and lower energy. So when the band gap is large, you will get higher energy of lower wavelength light. But both will give the light output in the IR region only. It is not in a visible range. Visible range also it is available. So as you see in our physics lab, you will be seeing a red laser light, which is in the visible region only, not in IR. So you will get a normal red light from that, which you might have seen from our physics lab. And the application is this is used for a surgery and navigation purpose, then internet fiber optic cable system. So transmission of data. So and then the CD writing, data storage techniques we are using. So the next topic we are going to see is the optical data storage, that is reading and writing of data in CD-ROM or DVD using the laser. That's what we are going to see as a next topic. So for that also laser is used. And then another application is the distance measurement. So precise distance measurement can be done with a laser system. And then it is used in a sensors, endoscope, and there are lots of applications. So I hope today's topic you had learnt is very much useful. So we will see the topic next. Thank you.